he raises his hand up like this.
Mm.
And once he raises his hand up like this, I have one hand on my son, my daughter's right behind me, and then his wife jumps in between us.
What up? What up? What up?
Hey, what's
How you doing?
up?
Let me adjust. I ain't seen you in a long
I
time.
know.
It's
I was gonna say the
crazy.
same thing. I was like, I'm gonna say, I haven't seen you in a long time. Like, what's up?
You don't get to ask what's up. I get to ask what's up. What's up
Okay,
with
let me stop. Let me
you?
stop. Let me stop. Go ahead.
What's
Let
up
me
with
stop.
you? So, real quick, let me just do an intro because this goes on YouTube too, and I have to edit it down, right?
Okay.
So, welcome back to What's Up with You. Tonight we have Keisha. Her Instagram handle is love LUV underscore Jones JONEZN. So it's Love Jonesin,
Love
right?
Jonesin. Yes.
Love Jonesin, and she has a podcast. Now I always start with the first question. What's up with you?
First question. A lot. Can
A
I say
lot.
that? Yes, a lot. I know there are people who can agree when you just say, somebody's like, what's going on with you? What's up with you? You be like, a lot. There's a lot going on. Like just being a black woman, just
Mm-hmm.
being an employee, a mommy, trying to have businesses flow off. It's a lot. A
Right.
student, college student, it's a lot going on. So it's a lot. It's many great things, but life always throws their curveballs, but we have to be prepared. So it's been a lot going on. Right now we're in finals. So anybody who went to college know what finals is like. It's stressful, just like midterms. It's stressful. So that's what's going on with me, other than the nightlife. It's like you get the daytime quiche and then you get the nighttime quiche. So during the nightlife, we're doing some things. We're party promoting and um, promoting event spaces and just trying to bring people together because COVID did a lot of things where it just broke a lot of people up and it just got us all in our heads. So safely, we want to reconvene and just have some fun and let some steam off.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. So
Yes,
you had a lot of stuff in our pre interview conversation you wanted to
I
hit on, right?
know.
And
I
my show is
know.
all about whatever it is you want to talk about. So I have my little topic list, but it's all good.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
Wow. What do I want to start with? Um, I want to.
Oh, did you lose audio? Hold on.
Can you
Okay,
hear me
you back.
now?
I
I,
lost.
I had a phone call.
Yeah, yeah, I lost you for
Sorry,
a
I had a
second.
phone call. I need to be on Do Not Disturb right now. That's what I need
It's
to be
all
on.
good. It happens. It happened to me. It happened to me on one of my drinks. It's all good. So what we starting
Yes.
with?
So I just want to start and say for everything that we've been through for almost 2 years, you can come back from it and you can still be great. Like I always say, the things that happen in our lives are just moments. It's just a moment in your life. It's not your life. It's up to you whether you want to succumb to it or not. And I wanted to start off by saying COVID is a B. Like everything about it, having to be so careful and be so safe, it puts you in a mind frame where you just can't live your life.
Right.
And it put me in that mind frame and it had me stuck for a second. But we have things to do. We can be safe and we have a lot of things that we need to do. So the moment happened and now it's time to move on. I've been in college all through all of this. I started June of 2019. Um, it's not easy being a full-time mother, full-time employee, doing other things in your life. It's not easy, but it's a goal, and it's a goal that I will obtain. But being a student parent is not easy these days because they cater to you coming straight out of high school and you have really nothing else to do other than try to make money because we know all college kids Be broke. Let's just be real. So you're trying to work and you're trying to do all these things, but coming into it 20 years later, it's
Mhm.
like I have a whole family, I have kids to take care of, I have a job, and they really don't cater to that. But it is my goal to try to figure it out in between the lines because this is what I will finish and do at the end of the day. So, with that, I work in social services and we have this thing called 2Gen. And in 2Gen, it's like we can help families better if we go with the generation before, not just the person that's coming to ask for services, but the generation before. Because many people who get social services, it's like a generational thing. It's like my
Mhm.
mom was on it, my grandma, my this. So if you try to get into these things, like the different levels of it, maybe we can help that cycle from going. For me personally, my mom did do that here and there, and it's like
Mhm.
I want to break the generational pattern of what's going on. Even though I may have
I'm
needed
with
these
you.
services before, even though I may have done it, it was always my mission to be better. So that wasn't
Right.
my end game. My end game
Right.
is to consistently be great. Like if I do great things today, I need to do greater things tomorrow. I need to keep
Mm.
going on. So that's what keeps me plugged into the school thing. But they really need to recognize that our hours and our time is not what it is of somebody that's 18 or 19 years
Mm.
old. So that's a struggle.
Let me ask you
So,
this. Let me ask you
mhm.
this. Something straight up. What's your major? What are you majoring in?
My major is political science.
Oh, so you in the politics. So this is what we're gonna do. Hold on. So this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna go into the politics on this one today.
Please
But
don't
you
go into
you
the
and I are gonna go
politics.
live later on, and we're gonna have a political
Okay.
conversation and
Okay.
see where you stand, see where I stand.
All right.
Um,
Let's do it.
let me ask you this: how can the colleges be more accommodating to people who are full-time parents as well as students? What are some things they can do?
One, from something that I do every single day, is collect data and research. You need to
Mm-hmm.
see the demographic of the ages of your students. You
Mm-hmm.
need to see that there are many students that are in the demographic of 18 to 24, but there are a lot of students that are 30 and over. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to see that, okay, when we plan these classes, when we plan the work, what is the demographic that I have of students? And you don't do that. You're just doing it off, you're going straight out of high school into college.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way the world works now.
Right.
So if you look at your data and you collect your data and then you go from there and plan your framework on how college is, I think that it would appeal to us a little bit more. It's like we're just supposed to fit in. Like you're supposed to be happy that at 42, which I am and very proud and great because some people never made it. I am a sophomore going into a junior in college. I have a life that I had before them, but these are goals that I'm trying to achieve. So if you are mission driven versus just trying to be what you think you should be from what
Mm-hmm.
it has been for years, maybe you could change it. But you can't just be mission driven. You also have to be solution driven when it comes to figuring these problems out. I listen and I talk to so many people who have the same problems that I have. There is no way, and I'm gonna tell you this: I'm a full time student, 4 classes at least,
Mm.
and you want me to read 2 books in this classes, right? Uh, um, 5 pages in this class is 10 pages in this one, and I have a 3-year old that is running around talking about roadblocks and all of these things. And then I have special projects at work. I just don't see how I can make all of this work. I'm all for learning. I'm a sponge. I've always said that. I'm a sponge who just takes things in, and I always want to learn. A library to me is like a nightclub. When I go there, I'm excited. I just want to see what I can see and learn what I can learn. But there are limitations of things that I can do and I can't do. And because I am a perfectionist in things, I feel like I'm failing. And I feel like a lot of people who do it feel like they're failing and they just stop. But me, I have to see things through.
Nah, you gotta make it all the way through. Hold up.
No, you have to.
You got to. If y'all watching, show us some love in the comments. Morgan Miss, she says,
yes,
I'm so proud of you,
baby.
girl.
That's my baby.
Yeah. So whoever, if you watching it live, show Keisha some love. My sister commented.
Some love.
Yeah, my sister commented when you were talking about COVID. She said we can't continue to put our entire lives like on hold over this COVID mess. This is going to last for years. I think it's going to last forever. I think it's going to end up being like the new flu. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, every year the flu comes around, and you know.
Exactly.
So the idea that we're just going to be on pause forever is that's not a good thing. In terms of you going to school and working at social services and raising the babies and all of that, I salute you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
100,000 million trillion bajillion
Oh my God.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, so I'm a bit of an intellectual. People consider me to be somewhat of an intellectual or something, or like a thinker, right? And every once in a while, people will be like, "Yo, Charles, man, you should go to college. You should go to school." I'm like, dog, I ain't got it in me. I got that dog in me. You know, I hoop. I done rap. I'm doing this show. I got a wife. I got 3 kids and a whole bunch of. I'm a cop. Dog, I ain't got it in me to go to college, so I give you mad props, because I'll be in that joint like, cuz I'm not reading no books that I don't want to read. It's not going down.
Exactly. It was so funny. Right before COVID, I went to a convening. It was a conference in Aspen, and I was just getting my life back together. Another thing I told you I wanted to talk to you about, that we have moments in life. Like right before that, I had went through some things in my life, total career change. I had a baby, and then it was just like, all I know is Elmo, Sesame Street, Coco Melon, and all this stuff. Like, I'm not even talking to anybody. I'm not doing anything. But I wasn't in a position where I felt like I was somebody. So it was like I was on a mission. I was on a mission to either, at first the mission started, it was like, I'm going to get back to where I was. But then as I started to learn me and know me, it was like, no, I'm on a mission to be where I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be anywhere I was in my past, whether it was greater than my moment right now. I was not supposed to be there. What I'm supposed to be is exactly where God, and no offense to anyone who's not religious, that's where I was supposed to be. So that was a lot of soul searching. It was a lot of ground walking. I'm telling you, I walked everywhere. I walked everywhere so I could think. I don't need to get on a bus. I don't need to be in nobody's car. I don't need to ride. I need to walk. I need to pound 10 toes down and just constantly think about what my process is. So that's what I did. And it was like, in that moment, I just started to just come up. And I started to come up, and I was interning with social services after being on social services, because I had moved to Ohio and I came back here. And at the end of the day, it's not about pride. It's not about none of these things. You have to make sure your kids are okay.
Right.
First and foremost, you have to do that. So they offered a program, an internship, to go into it. And it was never an internship to me. It was always, this is my job. Because this is where I saw that I could work and I could help people. So that was my mentality. That was my perspective. So that worked for me. A lot of people noticed me. They start saying my name. And I was like, I'm so humble. Like I told you the other night. It's like when people start saying Keisha, I'm just like, really? Like me? But I went to this convening and these people were so telling me like, you have how many kids? And you do what? And
How
when?
many kids do you have?
I have 5.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I
Really? I
have.
didn't know that.
Yes, I have
What's
5. Well, the last time I talked to you, it was 4. Now it's 5. I have
what's
5
their
kids.
ages?
The ages are 23,
Hmm.
20, 17, 9, and guess what? 3. The bonus
Yo.
baby. The bonus baby.
Are you done?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, the
I'm
last
done.
of the real hustlers, the
Yeah, he's the
3-year-old.
caboose. We're
Oh
done. I'm
yeah.
good. Everybody else can contribute to this cycle of human beings, but it will not be me. It
Right,
will not
right.
be me. I'm good. But
But hold on, let me say something right quick.
yes,
Um,
please.
in a society that champions a woman's right to choose, right? Which is
Hmm.
fine. You can have your views on that. I absolutely applaud you for being willing to be the mother of 5 children.
Hmm.
You know, I think a lot of women would do that. I think there's a lot
Hmm.
of women who wouldn't. And I think
Right.
that women, especially black women who have a lot of kids, that can come with a negative stigma, a negative connotation.
Hmm.
But to be someone who's doing everything you're doing in this moment right here and be able to say, man, look, I got 5 kids. That means you're putting
Hmm.
5, more black people
Hmm.
into the mix.
Yes.
And that gets a soft clap for me. I can't clap loud because it'd be messing up the
I
audio.
know.
But
I
I mean,
know.
that's absolutely amazing. I think that's just so cool. So I just
I
wanted to say that.
appreciate
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I
That's so dope to
appreciate
me.
that because it's so funny for the person that's doing it. This is real life. It
Right.
doesn't seem like I'm doing anything great or astonishing. I'm just living my real life.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say that I'm the most perfect mother because to sit here and say that would be a lie. Because in parenting, yeah, in parenting, there are no handbooks. We can't figure it out like totally to be right on point of every minute, every feeling, every want, every need, but we try our absolute best. I can say at the end of the day that I have tried my absolute best and even tried to run when I was gassed out. Even if I
Mm-hmm.
fell, if I got to where I was trying to get to, then I'm good. As long as they are good, I'm good. I can't tell you how my brain works because there are so many things that I do in a day. I think about the spreadsheets and the data collection and the meetings at work. I think about the papers and the books I have to read and the articles and the projects that I have to do. I think about just people that I meet that I need to talk to and make some type of impact on
Mm-hmm.
their life. It's like I think about all these things, but I'm like alphabet soup. Like all of them letters in the soup is everything that I'm doing. It tastes good, swirl it up, let's get it. And let's do that. Like
Right.
that's how my brain works. So it's like let's just get it. Let's do
Mm.
it. It's not hard. So when they was telling me, "Oh my god, you have 5 kids? You you're in college full time? You work? You're doing this? Oh my God." And I'm sitting there looking at them like, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yay for Keish. Like, yay. I did not understand that I was doing something so great. But that's why I always tell people about their army. The army
Mm.
of people that you surround yourself with and the
Mm-hmm.
army of people that you have in your everyday, they need to be on game at all times. They need to be for you just like you're for them. Those
Right.
people are going to help you remember. Those people are going to inspire you to keep going. The same thing that you do for them. You never want people that's on your back just holding you down. Like you don't
Right.
need those people. Me being so compassionate, I always want to bring people on that I just want to save them from themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
something that I have learned in the past couple months, I cannot fight for you more than you're fighting for yourself. Like, I cannot do that.
Y'all show us
Yes.
some love for that in the
Yes.
comments, because that is absolutely 100% correct.
Absolutely true. It's like I am sitting up here in the ring like this. I am getting it. Uppercuts. I'm on the right, the left. I'm ducking and all this stuff. And you sitting over and on the side with your legs crossed, like, yeah, get it, Key. Yeah, you got it.
She
No.
killing it. You gotta
No.
get in this fight with me, right?
Yes, you have to get in this is your fight. Why am I
Right.
sitting up here fighting your fight? And then
Right.
I still have fights, not a fight, but fights of my own. We can't do that.
Right.
We have to compliment each other. When we come into each other's lives, we compliment. I am not filling in none of your gaps. I'm not sitting up here trying to give you no icing. I'm not doing none of that. I'm complimenting. I'm making it just a little bit better. But you are the base of what is going on. We that's something we can't do, and we need to get that out of our head. We can't fix nobody. We can't make nobody be what we want them to be. And the vision that we see for them, if they don't see it, then guess what, baby? You have to bow out. You have to bow out. You have to sit off to the side. I still love you in my heart. I pray for you every day. But I will not sit up here and fight a fight for you. So thank you with my 5 kids.
Yeah,
and
that's
all that I'm doing.
that's dope.
Like, yeah.
That's
mad.
That. That's mad dope. Tell me something real quick. Just something. Tell me something that you've learned while studying political science that maybe the average person doesn't really know or isn't really privy to. Something you learned, you was like, God damn, like I didn't even think about it that way.
Political science, politics is all a smokescreen. It has nothing to do with a campaign about what's good for you. It has nothing to do with what's good for the people, the citizens of whatever body that you want to govern. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about personal agendas. Whether it's the president, the governor, the senator, or whatever. It's all about personal agendas. And you as a person is like an inmate with a number. Your name being your issues and your concerns are nothing, because inmates are addressed by a number. And
property.
as number, exactly, you are property of the state. I need you to do messed up stuff. I need you to need social service. I need you to need housing. I need you to need all of these things so I can hit my bottom line and get my incentives. It has nothing to do with you. That's why, excuse me, when you see Black Lives Matter and you see these small groups who get together and they fight against the cause, they know what's really going on, because it takes numbers. It takes people that are passionate about their mission to get things done, to shake things up, to get on the news, to have them do what they should already be doing, the things that they promised you. Politics don't care about nobody but bottom line and personal agendas.
Yeah, that's what I figured it's all about. It's all about power. I think
it is.
Republicans and Democrats are probably about 90% the same, right? And then there's these little small things about their views that are different. And that's really the only difference that you're picking from. Now, some of those things may be major to individual people. Like, if you like guns, you're going to be like, man, I'm a Republican because I like guns, right? But they all in bed with Big Pharma. They all in bed with these major corporations and super PACs and all of that other stuff. Like you said, we're going to sprinkle some crumbs to the people that like me enough to vote for me, right?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, me and the big boss over here, we getting the real money. We doing the real thing. That's crazy.
I used to work for, not to cut you off, but I used to work for the Council of Insurance Agents. I used to work for the Council of Insurance Agents and Brokers. So when I went to apply for this job, I had no idea what this was, but it came into talking about monies for PACs and super PACs.
Mm-hmm.
So you are supporting these different political figures and money is coming in. I don't know the ins and outs of it all because
Right.
I was just a small man, but it was like, this is interesting to me. It's like politics is not for the people, it's a business. Just like
Mm-hmm.
many other things that we can say is a business, but I'm not going to say these things are businesses. It's not for the people, it's not for change. You don't want so much change because if I get everybody housing, everybody food, everybody this, what incentives is the government going to get off of these people not having it?
Right.
Like what
Right.
are they going to do?
Right.
So fight for yourself. Fight for the right that you have as a human being, an American. You fight for yourself. That's what you do. If it's a group, you all collectively fight for each other. You have to do that because what they do is harp on the point that you don't know the
Mm-hmm.
rules. You don't know the law. You don't know this. So even if you do, you still, and I just learned this in a class. I just learned this in a class that I'm taking. Even if you know the law, they know the secret law.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's like that. You know what that makes me think about how like taxes, right? And I said it
Mm-hmm.
in one of my songs, but I was basically explaining how we get excited about a refund check. I'm like, well, hold on. That's like you robbing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
For my sneakers, right? And then you come back
Yep.
and you be like, you know what? I took a little bit too much from you. Here go your
Yeah.
shoestrings.
Hmm.
Like what? But meanwhile, they getting like super duper. They not paying taxes at all. They not getting no tax credit. I
None.
mean, they none,
Exactly.
right? And it's just like,
Right.
hold up. You took 30 stacks from me last year, and I'm supposed to be happy with the 8 you giving me back. Like, no, I got a better idea. Why don't you just not
Hmm.
take the 30 from me, right? Then
Exactly.
I won't need a stimulus check. I have my own stimulus package sitting in the bank somewhere, or some stocks or
Exactly.
crypto. That's
Exactly.
that's
So then with
crazy.
taxes, it's like I always hear people be like, dang, give me one of your kids. Let me get some of them kids. I should have had some kids because my
They
taxes
do be
they
saying that.
taxing. Yes, they taxing the out of me. They taxing me, and I'm like, do you not see the bigger picture? It's not that I need kids for my taxes. It's that I want you to make more kids, therefore be in more debt, therefore need us more, because then
Right,
you think I can get more tax money. See,
right.
it's a it's a mind f. I don't know if I can cuss or not, but
You can cuss, it's all good.
it's a mind fuck.
It's a mind
All of
fuck.
this is a mind fuck. But you have to know what you support, what you believe in, and what you
Mm-hmm.
want at the end of the day. Don't allow
Right.
nobody to mind fuck you. You won't allow somebody to do that off some simple stuff. So don't allow them to do something off something so big that comes to your taxes. And it's like, well, I'm just one person. I'm just this. Start an initiative. Start a
Mm-hmm.
collective.
Right.
Start talking
Right.
to people. We walk up and down the street every single day. Start talking to people. I talk to people all the time. People tell me I talk to people too much. I don't think so.
Hey,
I don't think so.
I started a whole show of talking to people, right? And I was actually here earlier working on my this I got a YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
or you want to see the full video on YouTube later, go to YouTube, search Marcello Bradley, Marchello Bradley,
Yeah.
and subscribe to my channel, tap the bell, and all of that stuff for YouTube.
Tap the bell.
Tap the bell.
Subscribe.
So this
Yes.
is a question that I definitely wanted to
Yes. Please
touch on
tell
with you
me.
because I'm interested
Ask
in your
me.
perspective.
Yes.
Gentrification,
Oh.
right? You said gentrification and its effects on minority business owners and low wage workers, right? So I truly haven't. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of studying. I haven't really took a deep dive into gentrification and all of the different little nuances of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you know.
Gentrification is the sweetest cupcake to a person who wants something sweet. Gentrification is a meal to somebody that's hungry. It's going to appeal to you because this is something that you want. This is something that you need. Gentrification is organized. What is the word that I want to put?
Like infiltration or takeover?
Yes. It is a organized takeover. You tell me being a citizen, me being a tax-paying person in this neighborhood that I grew up, my mom grew up here, my grandma, their family, we had a whole house. You tell me we're going to make this neighborhood better because this neighborhood wasn't so good.
Okay.
So now you're saying you're going to come in, you're going to make it better. We're going to bring these businesses in. We're going to bring jobs and careers. We're going to bring your property value up. We're going to do all these things, right? You do exactly that. You bring your businesses in. The property value will go up, but everything else will too. So for business owners, once you get revenue coming into an area, the price is going to go up.
Right.
So now for them, their rents are 50% to 100% higher than it was before you came.
And you can't make it.
No, they were struggling to make it before you came. And now you're making it worse. And then you put that mafia stuff on them where you keep sending them the letters, keep giving them the phone calls. Look, can you pay this? Can you do this? Can you that? And then when they can't, guess what? They're evicted and they have to leave from some place that they were at for so long. When it comes to these rents, I'm not sure what DC law is, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I do, but I know the way the rent is, it's ridiculous. And you're not getting anything for what you're paying. It's all about once we bring these businesses in, we can now reassess the rents. We can now do all of these things. You think it's so convenient. Oh, a metro station is coming. Oh, it's going to be a Starbucks. Oh, it's going to be this. It's going to be that.
Yeah, rent going up too.
Exactly. Rent's going up.
Right.
Rent is going up. And your store doesn't fit in the aesthetic of what they want for that. So they're
that's what I was waiting for you to get to. I'm like, okay. All right, I got you. Okay.
It does not fit in the aesthetic for that. So they are on you until you are eliminated. It's like a game. It's like a game.
So let me ask you this. Because this is something that I've wondered about gentrification, right? So you have a neighborhood that needs to be improved upon, right? How do you go about doing that without all of the negative things that come with it for the people who are there that are struggling? Like, how does that happen? I don't know.
Now, there are some people that I have met. It was over where Mayfair Mansions is in. It's in DC off of 295.
Okay.
Kenilworth, Eastern Avenue.
Okay.
The people, like I said before, the people need to be for the people. You hear me? These people got together and knew what they wanted their neighborhood to be. They knew what they wanted their community to get to. So they got together, they made a collective, and they started fighting against the government and the people who thought they were going to do what they were going to do in their neighborhood. So you have, like, within your little body, excuse me, my allergies in my voice. Within your little body, you have a president and a vice president and a speaker of the house, and you have this. And these people come and they know their shit. They know about their neighborhood. They know about the property values. They know what needs to be done. They know what this. If you want gentrification in your neighborhood, get you a collective of people that have been living there for years and let your voice be heard.
Okay.
Because this is what they count. You have to push back.
Right.
Come on. Right now, today, I can't be nice. Oh, no. I don't want to say this or that or I'm trying to be nice. No, this is not the time for being nice. You have to be passionate about what you want and what you want to see. And you have to have a collective because in data, we need numbers. So
Right.
if I have all these people that live in this neighborhood that's paying you these rents, that are patronizing these businesses here, that are doing this, that feel this way, at some point, you're going to have to listen to us.
Yeah. Strength in numbers.
Exactly. So if you don't want developers coming from another state because they see, oh, this is prime real estate, this is where we want to go in. And because the government that you pay your taxes to does not want to offer them incentives to build and give to the people in that community, they're going to come in and say, okay, I'm about to build this big, pretty building. We see it all the time in DC, all these buildings going up. But there's nothing for you. You can't afford that rent. You can't live there. And then they have these programs called the IZ, the Inclusionary Zoning Program, which seems like you're going to get some help, but really you're not because you're still held to the stipulations of your credit. If you are struggling from check to check and you're trying to pay all these bills and you don't have this financial background, your credit might not be so great. You might not have this big down payment to put 2 months to put on this apartment or to whatever. I feel like it is a smokescreen to say we're doing something to help them, but not really.
Okay, so this is something that I've said in conversations about politics and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And looking at it from a Democrat Republican type of thing, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of black people vote Democrat because they offer the cupcake, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of black people don't vote Republican because Republicans don't offer the cupcake, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Republicans they're about their money, right? And I don't remember who I was. I've had so many conversations, but I was telling somebody what I think what would be really smart for the Republicans to do is instead of just saying, hey, start a business. If the Republican Party started a whole movement of educating poor people, like you ain't gotta pay for this information, right? Come get these free classes. We're gonna tell you how we get this bread, and then you could gentrify your own shit, right? Because then it's yours. So it's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. And I just think that would be something that would be smart from the right side of the political aisle to just the educational aspect of it,
But why would they do that?
right? Because they
Why
want
would they do
power.
that?
Because they want power.
Exactly.
You see what
My
I'm saying? It's
point.
always I don't think you're ever gonna get away from the fact that they want power. It's all about power. But I think even with power, you have to understand that, like, okay, well, if the Dems are kicking our ass, we got to offer something so that we can get our power, right? It's like, well, if you're smart, you'll give the people what they need. Now, it'll be an uphill battle, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I just think that that's something that would be really helpful in the long term for
Mm-hmm.
poor people is to understand, like, this is how your credit works. This is personal finance 101. You got to get this.
They're not going to tell you that. One, because power is power, and
Mm-hmm.
education and knowledge is power.
Right.
So they know that African Americans, many minorities go the extra road because they had to. They
Right.
always did. So it
Right.
is in their nature to take on something and find out everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Them, they got their book smarts and the fact that they have this privilege. They get to do a lot of things that we don't get to do. They not used to actually researching and knowing and getting into the shit of it. Us,
Mm-hmm.
you tell me something while you talking to me, I'm Googling it. And then
Right.
I'm
Right.
making
Right.
notes in my phone. And then I'm about to go do my own research because I'm appealed to what you're saying. But me personally, I'm not going to share that with anybody else as Bible unless I know what you're saying It's
Yeah,
true.
I got a fact check. I'm my own
Exactly.
fact checker. I don't trust this.
Exactly.
I'm fact checking the fact checkers.
I have to fact check. So I'm fact checking and so forth. And they're like, oh no. If we tell them this and we give them this, we giving them an avenue to then take it to many other levels. And they're gonna be smarter than us. And they're gonna know
Right.
more than us. And they're going this. So even though it will help your constituents, are you going to do it? No, because
No.
that's not what's on the forefront of you. Because you know that you can mold some people by the smoke screen.
Right.
See,
Right.
I've been telling people so long about this smoke screen, Ebola, even COVID now. It's still a smoke screen for something else. COVID is very real. Don't get
Right.
me wrong.
Right. I'm with you.
But if I can use this to
For
smoke
power.
screen,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
I'm taking the power and I'm putting fear in you. So you are a narcissistic government official who wants people to feel some kind of way because you feel some kind of way and you want to sway people to your agenda. I could talk about this a long time. It's
Okay.
crazy. And what I
Okay.
want
Hold on.
people
Hold
to
on.
realize is, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No,
Finish your thought.
what I want people to realize is to wake up. We cannot be a follower of other people's thoughts. We need to be a leader in our own thoughts. We need to fact check. We need to research. We need to do all of these things before you just hop on a bandwagon of somebody because it's trending, it's viral, it looks good. No.
Did you see the movie Inception?
What's the movie?
Inception is the movie with Leonardo. Real quick, Inception is the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and they go through they do a shared dream. So they hook themselves up to this machine, like their fingers and stuff, and then they go into this dream state. But the point of the movie was they kidnapped this CEO, this billionaire CEO's son, and they put him in the dream state with them. And they went into his subconscious mind and they implanted an idea.
See?
And
See?
when they came when they came out of the dream state,
Thank you.
he had, yeah, she dropping gems. When he came out of the dream state, he had the idea. Now he thought it was his original idea. What he didn't know is that they had kidnapped him and implanted it in his mind, and that's what be happening. So I just, show us some love in the comments.
You know
hearts, all
something?
that good stuff.
We
It's
are
all accepted.
we are implanted every day from the
Every
music that we
single
listen
day.
to, the
Yes.
shows and the movies, even the commercials and the things that we buy. You do not understand how suggestive marketing is doing exactly what they wanted to do. But you're
Right.
just thinking, oh, it's a sale. Oh, I should get this. They said this is the best. Oh, you listen to that song? You want to know a revelation that I've had in the last week? Was songs that I have listened to for years, even new songs that have come out. Stop, pause, listen to the words.
I know, right? It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
listen
it's crazy because
the words.
I've made music, right? And I go back and I've listened to some stuff and I'm like, oh, like what the hell? Like I know these lyrics, right?
Exactly.
Like I've been saying this for a decade. Like I'm tripping.
Did they really say that? Like,
Maybe
is
with
this
the
really
okie
going
doke.
on? I'm gonna give you one song. It's so funny. And another person listened to it and got a whole different thing. Now, I don't know if nobody, this might show my age or whatever, but Pastor Troy, back in the day, vice versa. The beat was hitting, everything, his voice, all of that. But then one day I was on my way to work, and 295 is a B. The traffic is awful. So I'm just inching, but I'm listening to the words, and I was hearing what he was saying, and I was like, no.
Nah,
You
yeah.
really been sitting up here singing this song, be like, and heaven to hell is vice versa. And I'm thinking, he talking about against the devil, and he talking about how the devil is doing his thing against God. And I was like, hold up. Now I can't even listen to the song. I loved it for like 20 years. Can't even listen to it no more because I don't agree. Other songs that I've listened to, it's like, is this what they were really saying? See, they put this good melody and this beat and these bars. And you wonder why rappers now sound like they chewing fucking bubble gum and talking. They doing that because it's like those heavy metal records from back in the day. If you spin it backwards, it was talking devil shit, but it was just so
Right.
much loud bass and guitars that you were just like, but you wasn't even listening, that you was worshiping the devil. It's a mind fuck. All of this is. But when
Yeah,
people
it
start
is.
talking this, they say, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's radical. Oh, she's this. Let me tell you something. I work for social services now, but I drove a bus for Metro for 15 years. Oh my gosh. This shit is real. It's really real on the things that are going on in this world. You have to have your inner ear to what
Mm-hmm.
is going on. I've seen a lot of things. I've been around a lot of people. All vibes ain't good.
Right, right, right. Well, I think so. So in today's society too, I think something else that's really important is you, like you mentioned, the vibes, right?
Yeah.
We have to get past the point where we only rock with the people that we agree with. We have to get
Mm.
with the people that we vibe with, right?
Yes.
We can disagree and be on the same vibe.
Yes.
That's where we're going to get productive, right?
So
But if I
true.
just always want someone to agree with me, like you could agree with me and not be on my vibe. So the
Mm-hmm.
vibe is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said that. Um,
So true.
so
So
look,
true.
we ain't hit everything. We're getting close to the hour mark,
No,
right?
it's okay, but we good.
So something that I always have to do, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Thank
you
you,
gotta give
Morgan.
me. Oh yeah, Morgan. Let me do some shout outs right quick. Shout out to Melissa Ellis, George Patrick, my man. I just said your government, yo. My fault. I
Georgie.
apologize. Boss man G, my wife
Yes.
underscore smile just cuz underscore D dot
Yes.
creator. All of these
Yes,
people.
my
So
brother.
yeah, and Morgan Miss said she gotta go to a work meeting. So
Go to your
we
work meeting,
appreciate you.
Morgan. We love you for being here.
So let me ask you this, just yes or no.
Hmm.
Have you watched any of my episodes?
I have watched some.
Okay. Well, if you've seen the ending, you know what time it is. It
What
is
time is it?
time for your top five. Oh, you know what?
What?
Hold fast on the top
Yes,
five.
hold fast.
Hold fast. I apologize. So
Yes.
you got into an
Yes.
incident
See?
over
Come
a
on.
car with a
Come
tall
on.
African guy.
Yes. Come on. Because I was like,
Okay,
my
so hold
baby
on. So
wanted me to
so
talk about
so
this. You will not
yeah,
end
yeah,
it
yeah. I
yet.
forgot because Instagram will cut me off. So this is what I want to do, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear you talk about the car with the African guy. So
Mm-hmm.
what we're gonna do is you're gonna tell me about that. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
this video gets cut off in the middle, we are going to
Okay.
come right back
Yes, we
for
are.
part two because we
Come
got
right
to do
back for
that
part
and we
two.
got to do her top five. So
Yes.
you were in this incident with your car parked somewhere.
Yes.
African guy comes along, runs up
Yes.
on you. No.
And we go. So I went in the house to my sister's house and I parked in front because there was many other cars there. In Wheaton, Montgomery County out here is crazy for parking. So I go in the house, I come back out. As I'm coming out, I see the car with the lights on with my car in front of it. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm coming. So as I come around into the parking lot, I have my 3-year-old in my hand. My 9-year-old is right behind us. And this man comes out of nowhere in between the cars. And he is like, is this your car? Is this your car? And I'm like, yes, I'm getting ready to move it. At this point, he gets extremely angry, which I know later on why, but he gets extremely angry. And as I unlock my door, start my car, and I'm trying to put my son in the door, he shuts the door where I can't put my son in the car. Like he's like, I'm 5'4". He's like 6 something. His voice
Mm-hmm.
is very commanding from the motherland or whatever. And he's like yelling and screaming at me. And I feel some kind of way. One, because my kids are there. And two, because I'm a woman. Why are you speaking to me like this? So
Right.
he's going off and he's like screaming at me, and you need to move your car. You left it here for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. The minutes just kept going up. It wasn't that long, but I'm in his way and he doesn't like it. His wife is also with him.
Okay.
She's standing on the backside. He's talking. He's getting louder and louder. At this point, I feel threatened. And I can say it's from my DC, New York background. You're not about to sit here and talk to me like this. It's not about to happen. So I'm going off, and then he raises his hand up like this. And once he raises his hand up like this, I have one hand on my son. My daughter's right behind me. And then his wife jumps in between us because I truly believe that that man was going to hit me. That's when I started my live, which I then deleted because I got a little bit gully, and I'm a professional political science major.
You might be president one day, so you
know what I'm
coming back with this old video.
If you didn't catch it before I deleted it, it's gone. Like, I know this politicking. Like, yes.
What tape?
So
there are no tapes from any parking lot in Montgomery County.
So he's still going on. He's in my face. Like, he has his finger, like, to this point where he's almost hitting me in my head with his finger. He's screaming and yelling, calling me dumb, stupid, and uneducated because only a person of that caliber would have double parked their car like that. So I'm telling him, sir, I am very educated. I am very intelligent and so forth. What you're doing right now, the behaviors that you're exhibiting right now is of uneducated, stupid, and dumb. Exactly what you're telling me that I am. He's getting even more angry because I'm not afraid, I'm not scared, and I am speaking facts to him. So then his wife was like screaming at him, please stop, please stop. He's all in my face. And then I told him some things that I should not repeat.
We wanted. Oh, my wife said she got the screen recording, so you're gonna have to pay us off when you get to that. When you get to senator level.
Come on, baby.
We're gonna need that check.
Come on, baby. I got y'all because y'all family. But please don't put the video out there when I'm running for Congress.
Nah, we wouldn't go to TMZ or you. We not like that.
Please don't. Like, she running for Congress because we got a video when she was in Wheaton.
Hello.
Yes, please don't do that. But I just told this man to do certain things, and I'm speaking because, and this is a whole nother show about women having male energy. I'm a very strong woman. I'm very girly, pretty, all that. But I have very strong energy, and I don't call it male energy. I just say it's strong. But for men who are not comfortable in their positions in life, they take it on as you trying to act like a man. You're trying to act like a dude. So I said some things to him, which made him even more angry. But at the point of saying these things, he backs off a little bit because now he don't know how to deal with me. I put my kids in the car. Now we'll finish this conversation. I'm getting ready to leave. You want to call the police. You want to do all these things. This whole situation was triggering because we as women go through this a lot, where men are bigger than us, they're stronger than us, and they feel that they can say and do anything to us because we're women.
Okay.
That is not the case. Respect your mother, first and foremost. Respect your grandmother. Respect your daughters that you brought into this world. How dare you disrespect another woman that you know nothing about because you are lacking in your self-esteem and your self-respect. I have nothing to do with that, sir. I have nothing to do with that. And the difference between us two, whether we were both yelling, arguing, or whatever, I am a strong African-American, Black woman who knows who I am. I know I'm not dumb. I know I'm not stupid. And I know I'm not uneducated. So you telling that to me does nothing to me. It does nothing at all. I know that I am strong, even though I'm not stronger than you. And first and foremost, yes, baby girl, like a mama bear, I'm going to a mama bear, bird, whatever it is. You know, when you get around animals, babies, what they do, they
They'll
go
rip you to
off.
shit, yo. They will fuck you up.
They go off. So that's what I did. First and foremost, you got my daughter feeling some kind of way and she's scared. I'm not feeling that at all. Then you got my son who is a G. He ready for whatever. He's 3. He's like, Mommy, what we need to do? Mommy, what we need to
I'm
do?
gonna bite
And
his ankles for you.
yes, he's ready for whatever. But the bottom line was, you put this moment, we talked about those moments, you put this moment in his life, in his memories.
Right.
I'm upset.
Right.
So that's when I just totally, it's whatever. What is it? So then I waited for the police to come because he told me the police was coming. Police didn't come. My kids are upset. So at that point, I'm like, I'm leaving. But then my sister goes outside and she saw some people out there and she's outside fighting for me. And I'm like, I'm not a coward. I'm not somebody that has no integrity. I will be damned if she's outside fighting on my behalf and I don't go back. So I turned my car around on Randolph Road. I'm almost home, about to get on the ICC. I turned it around and I go back. The man is lying on me. I'm rude. I'm nasty. The mouth that she has. Oh my God, the mouth.
That's what he said.
But you was about to hit me, sir. But it's the mouth. The mouth that
how
she
you was
has.
talking to him. You called him out his name.
Exactly. I called him out his name. 1, because I don't know your name. And 2, how you presented yourself to me is how I'm going to treat you. This is what I need to tell people. First impressions mean a lot. So do second and third and fourth impressions. How you come across to people, how they're going to treat you. I could have treated you like you were somebody on my level. But the way that you addressed me was somebody under the ground that couldn't even address me on a good day. So that's the way I addressed you. And yes, I was wrong for lowering my standards. I'm not telling nobody to do that. But it was like a fight or flight type of situation because I felt threatened. This big man is like on me, in my face. He will not let me get into my vehicle. And then he's about to hit me. So then I'm classy girl. I drink my wine out of glasses. I do all of that.
Oh, you don't do the red Solo cups?
No, not anymore. Because I had to get my life together. But I've always been classy. I have done the red Solo cups. I'm not phony. I'm not fake. Y'all seen my videos with the red Solo cup, and that's because that's how I was feeling at that moment. But right now, we're on classy shit. We've been on it for a whole lot.
My wife says she got the same glass. Yeah, my wife, she do.
Yes.
I just took that glass out of the dishwasher earlier.
See, you already know. So I'm not going to treat you as such. You got treated the way you treated me. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I need to protect my kids and get you to back off, that's what you got.
Right.
So then I come back. He's lying on me. He's saying that I did this and I approached him and I did all of these things. And I came back and I just waited because my sister, when she gives me a look, shout out to Kimmy, when she gives me a look, I know to just, and that's what I did. I got out the car. I just held my hands together and I just stood there. I let her talk. I let him talk. And then I did this. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. And if you don't remember nothing I said tonight, when you mean what you say and say what you mean, that's the end of it. People who are about that BS have nothing else to say. I said it very exact and I said it very frank. Exactly what happened up until this moment. I did not cry. I did not shed a tear. I did not wiggle my lip. I did not anything. I said exactly what I said, and what I said was what it was. So he's standing there. He don't know how to deal with this at this point. So you still try to lie on me. I don't get loud and rowdy and ready for the party. I just stand there and I let him talk. And then I reiterate the truth again. And then I say, I have it on video. And then he keeps saying about this video he has in his car, because as soon as you turn his car on, the video comes on. So I was like, praise God. I'm glad that you have this, because now people can see what actually happened. So I
Right.
keep saying that. Not, oh my God, you got a video? We need this. So then it came down to his wife saying, don't worry about the video, mommy. It's okay, ma. We're good. He apologized. He's sorry. Now you have the woman, and this is the kicker for anybody who's still watching. These people live over top of my sister. He
Oh
beats
wow.
his wife very regularly.
Mm.
And I have heard it myself. So when I left and she told me that that's who that was, that's when I knew he would have hit me if she didn't move in the way.
Mm.
That's
So
when I
that's
felt,
his MO though. That's what he do.
yes, that's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
That's some
That's what
hold
he
up,
does.
real quick. Man, if you beat women, you a bitch.
You are
That's all.
definitely a bitch. Definitely a bitch. We don't put hands on women. And I understand that women sometimes get out of character with their mouth, and sometimes they want to put hands on men. But what I'm asking men, when those type of women do that, step off.
Thank you.
Just
Hold
walk
on.
away.
Right. So tip for the men. If you are being provoked, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you are stronger, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Go away. If you do not
Walk
have to
away.
defend, if you do not have to defend your actual life, right? If she's not trying to kill you,
Mm-hmm.
walk away.
Walk
Vote somewhere.
away.
Call a friend. Phone a friend.
Yes.
50-50,
Phone a
multiple
friend.
choice. Do some
Yes.
shit.
Do you
Roll,
want to
cuz
be a
you have got
millionaire,
to
or do
get
you
out
want
of
to be
there.
in jail for the
Right.
wrong reasons? Like,
Right. Because
yes.
you're gonna win the fight. So you do not want that fight. Walk away. No one. And so let me say this. No one who is of any value is going to see you as a weak man for walking away. They're going to
No.
say, you know what? That's a dude who has his head on straight.
Yes.
He's in control of his emotions. He knows his limits. He knows where this is going. He can see the future, right? He's
Yes.
like, you know what? I'd rather walk. I go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Don't anywhere but here. So, fuck that nigga.
I see
I'm
you
sorry,
even
maybe I shouldn't say that, but
stronger. No, it's the truth. See, that's what's
right.
wrong with people. And that's why with my podcast, I had some little stuff going on. I did one, but I'm coming back. So for the people who are here, follow Wine and Wild Conversations. It's all about, everybody thinks now today everything is so taboo to talk about. No, it's real life.
Hold
Talk
on,
about it.
real quick, because I wanted to plug your podcast. Is it
Mm-hmm.
WINEX or is it WINEN?
Oh,
Do you know?
What are you talking about? Wine?
Wine X Wild Convos.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Okay,
Wine
so
X Wild Combos. Yep.
so you have a podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
want everybody who has seen this live or is watching this on YouTube to go to Instagram.
Yes.
And I want you to
Follow
follow
me.
Wine WINEX Wild WILD Convos CONVOS.
Yes, please.
Right? And while you're watching it, if you're on YouTube, I need you to subscribe, tap the bell, like, comment, share, and all of that good stuff so we can keep this going.
Please.
Right?
Let's get black people props.
I gotta get your top five. I gotta get your top five.
Okay,
right?
let's get my top five. But let me tell you one thing before we get to top five. At the end of the day, his wife pleaded his case. Thank you, Boo. See, she on top of it. See, wife material. That's why she's a wife. His wife pleaded his case, and then he said, let me just say one thing. The next time you do something to someone, when you approach them, you need to keep apologizing. When you walked up, you shouldn't have said, oh, I'm going to move my car. You should have said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I am quoting this man verbatim.
So he wants you to grovel at his highness.
Yes.
Hey, this is America, cuz.
Yes.
We strapped.
But I just needed to say that
you don't
part
want that
because
smoke.
that was the kicker.
That's crazy.
That was the kicker. Yeah. So top five.
Top five, dead or alive. So you got to give me your top five people. You got to give me 5 people that you would like to have a conversation with. Dead or alive, real or fictional.
Oh my gosh. Is this like personal and like anybody?
Whoever, whoever, top five. You don't got to rank them, right? But you got to give me five people. They could be dead or alive. They could be real or fictional, right? And this is
Hmm.
somebody you want to be able to sit down and have a private, intimate conversation with, right? So
Hmm.
who are your five?
Oh my gosh. Why is all the names coming through my head? And it's like, okay,
Yeah, I know. I know.
this is crazy. This is a good kicker for the end. And it really is.
Everybody loves it. So when I post this on YouTube and I do everybody's, I have the full playlist. I have your whole video. I have 3 or 4 shorter clips, 4 or 5 minutes, and one of them is always your top five. So you can always go back and see what your top five was when you talk to Chills.
Okay, so number one would have to be for me would be my cousin, my brother who passed away during COVID.
Mm,
Um, if I could talk to him today, it would mean the absolute world to me. And it's just to know that he's okay and just
mm-hmm.
to know like his thoughts because during COVID you couldn't go see anybody and you couldn't be with them and you couldn't do any of that. So
Right.
he would be my number one.
Okay.
Uh, my number two would be because of some videos that I've been watching, my friend has me watching. Plugging at DMVTs are dope. Get your apparel and your so forth together, party promoting and so forth. But Dick Gregory, my
Okay.
mom knew
That's
Dick
a good one.
Gregory. Yes,
Like new one?
and yeah, like knew him. And we used to see him up northwest, like on Tuckerman in Georgia. And I didn't know who he was then, but I wish I knew now who he was then. And I would just like to pick his brain.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Number three, on some real New York shit, would be Biggie. Because
Mm.
Biggie used to speak some stuff in them rhymes, y'all, and it was just like we've seen all the movies, we've seen all these things, we know what you said, but I want to know what it really was. Like
Yeah.
you are intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Gosh, number four would be Maya Angelou because her poetry and
Hold
her
on. Is Melissa
stories,
still here? Is Melissa still here? Yeah, she's still here.
her poetry and her stories, like I would want her to be my auntie because I am a poet as well. I write stories. Like just her perspective and her writing on how it was just so fluid. I would just want to be in her presence. Just
Mm-hmm.
to know like her thought process when she wrote the things that she wrote.
Right.
Wow, who is number five?
Dun dun dun.
Oh my gosh, who is number five? Um, Jesus, I don't know. Hold up, my
Are
brain is
you
like
having a lot
moving.
of them?
It's like so many. It's like you ever seen
It's like
like
you're
a slot
processing,
machine? It's
you're
like,
crossing people out.
and I'm like, oh no, no, don't say that one. Oh no, don't do this. Oh my God, who would
Right.
it be? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
216. What up? What up, Ray?
I don't know who the fifth one would
You
be.
don't have a
Oh
fifth one?
my God. Okay. And this is on some personal stuff. It's not even a famous
Okay.
person. It's not even anything.
They ain't gotta be famous.
It's a ex-boyfriend who
Okay.
we argued. He left to go to work. And when he went to work, he passed away.
Mm.
So I would just like to talk to him because I feel so unfinished in
Yeah.
all of it. And it was a whole lot of stuff after the fact, but even to this day, I feel so unfinished. The fact that the last conversations we had was an argument and then you went to work and you passed away. So, not trying to get
Wow.
sentimental on the end, but
It's all good.
um,
It's all good.
yeah, that's my fifth
That's real
person.
shit.
Yeah.
I have the absolute respect for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes a lot to be able to say that because you could have easily just been like Barack Obama. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
you know, but no, I'm so real and
Real
so
shit, yeah.
humble. And some of the things that I'm doing, and people see my social media, they think I'm another person. But when they
Mm-hmm.
meet me, it's like, dang, I didn't think you was gonna be like this. No, I'm
Right,
Keish from around the block, LL Cool J, around the way girl, smart,
right.
funny, out of there, wild child. Like I'm all of these things. So it's like even with my social media and stuff, I'm like, don't put me in a stigma. I might be on there gyrating to the TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also in the council meeting and the meeting at the government and doing all these things. So it's like well rounded. Let's just say that I'm well rounded.
Cool. Well, this is where we close out. I absolutely
Yay!
appreciate you coming and
Thank
sitting down
you.
with me, and we've had such an interesting conversation. We love you. If you need anything from us, you got our number. You know where to find us.
Yes.
And yeah, oh, to be fair, do you have any questions for me before we go?
I just want to say that I have been so proud of you since I met you.
Oh, thank you.
Like
I appreciate it.
you, no, it's the truth. You are just different and you found your niche and you do it unapologetically. And I have watched you from you just being Chels to you being married Chels to you being daddy Chels, rapper Chels, like all of these things. And I cannot say that I don't have a moment that I'm not amazed by you. So when you asked me, I was sitting on my balcony and I was like, what? Me? He wanted me? And my sister was like, girl, you better do it. What you talking about? You know who you are. And it was like, but me, like, since day one, you've been a friend. Like, all of y'all have been a friend to me. And it was a very high esteem to me that you asked me to be on your show. So you are an amazing man. You're an amazing husband. You're an amazing father. You're just an amazing being. So I just want you to know that. It's not so much of a question because I think once you get some other people, I want to come back. And then I want you on my podcast. And then this is just going to go, you know, further than that. But just know that you're doing the right thing. And I'm loving that you are an amazing role model for other Black men, Black fathers, Black husbands, Black police officers, like all of that. So I just want you to know that. And I'm very grateful for you.
Well, I most certainly appreciate it. I'm speechless as to what I can say. Just thank you. I
It's all
appreciate it.
good.
I know Honey Wordsmith said she missed the whole conversation.
Oh
So what I'm doing
no.
now is it'll be on YouTube. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Probably Monday. I'll have the full thing up by Monday on YouTube. So it'll be there. Um, Go
Send
to
me
my
the link
YouTube and
once you get
subscribe.
it
Y'all
so I
gotta
can
help
put it
me.
on mine.
I don't have the link because it's like all of these weird letters and numbers, right? But if you go
Well,
to
figure
YouTube and
out
search
how I can put it
Marcello
on
Brandy,
my social. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out how I
I
can put
got
it on
you.
my social
But
media.
it'll be on things that I post. The link will be there. I need to get to my 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours so I can monetize. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, all of
Yes.
that good stuff. Thank you. We love you.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I definitely want to be on your podcast. So hit
You,
me
you
up. Let
definitely
me know
will.
when I can get on your podcast and we could do it all over again. All right?
Yes, we can. Yes,
All right.
thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Peace.
Peace.